Welcome to the .NET Way. You're watching episode 9 of our .NET Core interview series. Today's session is all about building a REST API in ASP.NET Core, from routing to controllers, models to responses. Let's hear from Arohi how she handles this process in real-world projects. Arohi, let's say you're starting from scratch. What's your first move?
First, I create a new ASP.NET Core Web API project. Then, I define my model classes, create a clean folder structure, and configure routing and DI in program.cs. I also make sure to add packages like Swashbuckle for Swagger support.
What does your typical controller look like?
I use attribute routing and keep controllers thin by moving business logic into services. Each controller represents a resource like products controller with methods for get, post, put, and delete. For example, open square bracket, route, open parenthesis double quotes, API slash open square bracket controller, close square bracket, double quotes, close parenthesis, close square bracket. Open square bracket, API controller, close square bracket. Public class products controller, controller base. Open curly brace, controller actions go here as comments close curly brace.
How is routing configured?
Routing can be defined using attributes or conventional routing. I prefer using attributes like open square bracket, HTTP get, open parenthesis double quotes, curly brace I, D curly brace double quotes, close parenthesis, close square bracket. And also open square bracket, HTTP post, close square bracket for clarity. In .NET 6 and 7, I also explore minimal APIs for smaller services, though I still use controllers in larger applications.
Do you use entities directly in APIs?
No, I always use DTOs, data transfer objects, for requests and responses. Entities should remain internal to the data layer. DTOs are tailored to the API consumer and keep things secure and clean.
How do you ensure incoming data is valid?
I use data annotations like open square bracket, required, close square bracket, and open square bracket, string length, close square bracket on DTOs. For more complex validations, I integrate FluentValidation. The open square bracket API controller, close square bracket attribute handles model state validation automatically.
What if something goes wrong?
I use global exception handling with use exception handler or custom middleware. For API responses, I return consistent problem details using problem or a custom error model with status codes like 400, 404, 500.
Do you return status codes manually?
Yes, I use helper methods like OK, not found, created at action, and bad request. Each endpoint clearly communicates the outcome using the correct status code.
What about authentication?
I use JWT-based authentication via add authentication and use authentication. For authorization, I use roles and policies with authorize attributes on controllers or actions.
How do you ensure API consumers understand how to use it?
I add Swagger OpenAPI via Swashbuckle. It provides an interactive UI and supports XML comments, versioning, and authentication testing. It's a must-have for modern APIs.
How do you future-proof the API?
I use the Microsoft.ASP.NET Core MV versioning package. I configure versioning via root prefixes, indegation/API v1 products, or headers. It helps maintain backward compatibility when the API evolves.
That was a complete walkthrough of building a REST API, Arohi. Well done. REST APIs are the backbone of modern web applications, and it's clear you've handled them professionally. If you enjoyed this episode, hit like, drop your questions in the comments, and subscribe to the .NET Way. In episode 10, we'll dive into Entity Framework Core, migrations, queries, and real performance tips. Thanks for watching. See you next time.